turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Larry, in 2 years' time, it will host Super Bowl 52. You get a look inside the impressive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Peterson alone in the backfield. We'll get the football here. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. He completes it to Pete. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick-6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that is caught by the rookie Laquan Treadwell. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And now it's 2nd down.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem there's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. There's a reason that quarterbacks hate to see Patrick Peterson on the other end, isn't there?
That's because they feel like they should be throwing the football or handing it to him. He looks like an offensive player, but he plays the corner as well as anyone in the league.
So out now come the Cardinals. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this offense on your screen, one of the guys who knows how to win football games, Larry Fitzgerald.
Plenty of athleticism, but plays the game with incredible intelligence.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go. Deep. Right now. Right. 18.
They go play action now. Palmer, he's got time in the pocket. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. 3rd down here. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
There you go, play action with Palmer. And able to find John Brown. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Back near the goal line, Bridgewater. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. To throw is Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 91 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for an Arizona first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On first down, it's Palmer. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
2nd down following the run. Play action. Now Palmer. He's got time. Now he steps away. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it, because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. Underneath for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They come out here in the I. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Palmer. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So on fourth down, Palmer off, Catanzaro on for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Let's go.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
And hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, Peterson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
To throw, Bridgewater. He gets it here to Peake. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open. On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
Throwing is Bridgewater. This will be caught just inside the 10. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Let's go. 180. Fourth. 2 down. Fourth.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And he's able to put it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Palmer. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Fitzgerald's got it right side. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Cards are going to have a 1st down.
Anytime you call man coverage against Larry Fitzgerald, you're really holding your breath as a defensive guy, because his ability to run such precise routes and use that big frame that he has, that body against you, it's going to be very difficult to break passes up against him.
Yeah, when you make 9 Pro Bowls in your first 12 years, you might want to give him a little bit more coverage than that.
Yes, not just athletic ability. He's a thinking man's receiver as well.
Throwing is Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Get ready.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. And his kick is good. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 10 yards still left on second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Third and short yardage. Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here we go. Regular. 7-19, 58.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Completes it to Fitzgerald. A gain of 6 there on first. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, Johnson. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They come out here in the eye. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, here's Palmer. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, D. Milliner. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Throwing is Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it'll be first down Vikings. And now the offense operates in the red zone. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On first and 10, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the gun, Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 2 yards on the completion at second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The second down throw for Bridgewater. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Peterson alone in the backfield. Third and goal for Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17-all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
On the return, here's Dree Archer. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Palmer gives to Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. To throw is Palmer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. He's going to float this one deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you.
Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And he'll bang that one through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Throwing is Palmer. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down. From the red zone now, here's Palmer on 1st down. And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. One of the newer Cardinals picked up from New England, Chandler Jones. Coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Again, it's Johnson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
And able to find John Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got his man on the crossing route. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be a Minnesota first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Third down and 4. They'll come out in the pistol. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Shreds the tackle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On second down, here's Palmer looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Peterson alone in the backfield. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team. And that's exactly what we just saw.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Here's Palmer to throw. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Johnson, he's been busy this afternoon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, Can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. Play action. Now Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
The play clock's running down. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And down inside the 15 he goes. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Deep. Let's go. Blue 95. Blue 95.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Palmer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Palmer. And Gresham has it left side. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Mirror. Let's go. Deep. Regular.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Palmer to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Get ready. Blue 58.
Now it's Palmer. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go. Boys. Tiger. Ahead. Boys. Check three. Tiger.
Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Room here to run. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. They are already in field goal range. Let's see how they want to play this, Charles.
And I have a feeling I know how they want to play this already. run the football to the hash mark that works best for their kicker. They already have the field goal unit lined up, ready to run out there and go get it done. They've practiced this. They understand the situation. And with that amount of time, they can do it.
Let's see how they carry it over into the game. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now it all comes. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cardinals win it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Cards, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at